Hi, Emily here, back with your weekly riff on business, my update on what is happening in the business world, and anything exciting I've seen in the last week. Today, I want to talk about the effort that you put in to growing your business, how it is different than hustle culture, and how important it is that you put in that effort because most people will not do the things that make them extraordinary. Excited to have you here today. So, I hope everyone had a wonderful last week. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I want to tell you what spurred it for me. What spurred it is I had kind of a rough week last week. I was just feeling frustrated, right? Like, okay, I've been really committed to Instagram for a while. And why have I get tons of engagement in my DMs, especially, and I make actually a lot of money off of Instagram. That's where a lot of my clients come from. I don't have that huge of a following. I have about 2,000 followers. But I was feeling frustrated that like the numbers aren't there. I was feeling frustrated that I have been in this phase probably the last like 3 to 4 months of posting, of trying to post twice a day, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. Okay. And I haven't seen the number results that I want. And so I got a little bit down in the dumps about this last week, which it's normal, right? Everyone feels that way. I bring in a decent chunk of change from Instagram every month. I make about 10 to 15K depending on the month. And most of that comes from Instagram. And yet I still obviously find myself caught up in some of these vanity metrics of real views, followers. Like, why aren't more people coming into my world? One thing I'm really focused on in the next year is scale. And it's something that is really important to me is helping more female founders. So I was feeling frustrated that I wasn't getting more people in my world. Here's what I did. I looked at 3 different accounts of people that I think right now are doing really well on Instagram. And here's what I found. They have posted 3 to 4 times more than me. Posted a reel about this on Instagram. And I think people thought what I was saying is more is better, is that it's a quantity play. But that's not what I mean at all. What I mean is they've been in the game longer. They have been putting effort in on Instagram longer than I have. And this is important to note because we see all of these people overnight successes on Instagram, on the internet. In this day and age with online businesses, we see it all the time. We think that people start an Instagram account, start a digital product, start passive income, which I don't really think should be called passive income, by the way. It should be called automated income, but that's for another day. And they think I can succeed overnight. And here's the thing. Every overnight success is 10 years in the making. The Stylist LA killed it, started doing really well, my first company, in 2016. I started that company in 2009. We raised our first venture funding in 2017. I started that company in 2009. And we hit 50K followers on Instagram, and people would say, "Oh my God, you're killing it." It's like, you didn't see the last 8 years of me like crying at my desk, right? And that's a different story. But I think it's important to note that it's the effort we put in. So I want to talk about a second piece of this, which is you've got to put in the time. You've got to put in the time to succeed in anything. Now, this does not mean you have to hustle. This does not mean you need to work 60 hours a week. This does not mean that. I have done the hustle culture thing, and it is not helpful. I think it led me to extreme burnout. It was not helpful. I don't think you make a better business by hustling more. I don't. However, your job is to know what work you need to do and to do it and to not expect incredible outcomes when you first launch something. And if you don't get the outcome you want, that you keep going and you keep trying and you remain curious and consistent in trying to grow your business. And Instagram success or revenue success, these are all similar things, right? Like you launch something, you're like, I'm so excited. I'm launching my first digital product. And you're like, I'm going to do 100K from this digital product. And you sell 5. And you want to quit because, as we all do, it sucks when that happens, right? But here's the deal. The most successful people are the ones who get back up and keep going. And they're the ones who know it's a journey, and every failed launch or every product that doesn't sell like they wanted to is an opportunity to learn and make the next one better. I've been really interested in Alex Hormozi lately. I think he's a very fascinating guy. And I started my own membership on School, which is where he's involved, and he does these weekly Q&As. And I tuned into one last week, and he had a really interesting thing that he said. I'm not sure I believe in it exactly, but really interesting. He said you should be spending 300 minutes a day working on your content. And he said 100 minutes creating content. So that would be like researching, scripting, filming, editing, whatever. 100 minutes engaging with other accounts on that platform, and then 100 minutes in conversation with people who've engaged on your platform. And I thought it was fascinating because usually what we're not willing to do is the engaging piece and the conversation piece. And again, this could be a metaphor for a million different things. It doesn't have to be just Instagram posting. It could be revenue, but we're willing to put it out there, right? Like we're like, okay, I did my job. I did my post. I'm done. I'm going to go off the app, or I'm going to put something out in the world and I'm going to be done and it's going to sell. And that's not the way it works. The effort on the back end is the piece you have to do. And I don't think you need 100 minutes. Okay. I've told my clients, let's do 30 minutes of engaging on Instagram a day. And why is that important? I created a course on how to make money on Instagram with low followers, a low follower account. And the whole point of the course is treating your followers, the followers you do have, and the people that are engaging with you, like potential clients and friends and humans, not just a number. And that's because that's how you create real relationships. And in the business I'm in of coaching and mentoring, like people want to feel connected to me. But how many people are truly willing to put in that engagement effort? How many people are truly willing to do that 30 minutes of engaging every day, 30 minutes of conversation? I've told so many people the way to make money on Instagram is to follow the people that follow you back and message with them and comment on their stories. And some people are like, don't really want to do that. But like, do you want to find success? It's not about the hours worked. It's about being willing to put in the effort to go the extra mile. And it's about knowing that you have to commit to learning and figuring out how to make your business work, and that it's not going to happen overnight. It is so, so rare. As much as we think we see overnight successes, we don't. Usually the overnight successes have been working in the background and you haven't noticed it for a really long time. And so that's what I want you to understand today, is that overnight successes are not overnight successes. That putting in the work and taking the time to learn the platform or learn the area that you're selling or being curious about, like, here's an example. My membership, I launched it. Okay. I would have loved to launch it with 30 paying members, but I'm super transparent. So I will tell you, we have 17 members. Those 17 people are so excited to be there. I am showing up for those 17 people as if there were 1,000. My goal is to get to 100 members and then 1,000. And you know what I'm going to do? Show up for each member like they're 1,000. If one person comes to a call, I will show up as if there was 100. I have gotten super interested in School and in growing memberships. I'm learning as much as I can. I'm curious. I'm learning from Alex Hormozi. I'm learning from everyone I can, and I'm staying committed. And that's where the success will come. And then someday, maybe in a year, I'd love it if that happened. In a year, when I have 1,000 members, people are going to say, oh, happened overnight. Also, the likelihood of getting 1,000 members a year, I think, is probably low. I think it'll probably be a couple year play to get to 1,000. They'll say, oh my God, she did it overnight. It was so easy for her. And they won't see the part when I wanted 30 and I got 17. They won't see that I found gratitude for those 17 after I was a little upset I didn't hit 30. You can feel the feelings in your business. You can be upset that you're not. I can be upset that I didn't grow more followers on Instagram and that I think I'm doing everything right and I'm frustrated. But then I can also go back to the drawing board and say, look, like, my reels aren't it right now. I'm talking too long. They're not that exciting. Like, I need to be putting out better content and less frequently, actually. So now I'm shifting. I believe at the beginning you should do quantity to see what works and what doesn't. And now I believe I need to shift to quality and put more time and effort in what I'm posting. So anyways, today was a long way of telling you that consistency, curiosity, the ability to learn what works and what doesn't, those are the things that make businesses winners. And if you're not in it for the long haul. And if you're not willing to be patient, this may not be the right space for you. And I say that with love, but every founder I know that has had so much success has struggled through the ups and downs and has found ways to get them through them, right? And has struggled through those I'm not good enough, I'm not where I want to be things. It's just a part of the game. The internet, especially in this day and age, has made us believe that people are successful in making millions overnight. It's just really not the case. And usually, if they are, it's too fast and they don't know how to handle it and they don't have the operations to set it up and all of that. So I'm here for you all. I just hope this gives you a little bit of motivation to possibly go engage for 30 minutes a day that you're working. I don't believe you should do it on the weekend. I believe in boundaries, but putting your effort in where other people don't. Remember, very few people are willing to do the pieces of work that truly make you extraordinary. Okay, that's it. I'll see you all next week. Please leave me any comments. Let me know what you think. I hope this lesson was helpful. I've got a lot more up here that I'm ready to share with you all. So I'll see you soon.